YouTube, what's good? I've been DJing about 7 years, and here are 10 things that I wish I knew before I started DJing, all right? Let's get it. Okay, these are in no particular order, starting with number 1. Networking with other DJs is super important. Networking is important, period, no matter what field you're in. A lot of times, your success is determined by who you know. DJing is no different. A lot of my gigs has come from other DJs that need me to fill in, or just other relationships that I built over time. And there's definitely been some missed opportunities to build with other DJs in the past, but you live and you learn. Number 2, private gigs are where the money is. Now I know being a club DJ is what looks sexy, but if your goal is to make as much money as possible as a DJ, you either want to work for a company that specializes in private or corporate events, or be able to book yourself. The weddings and bar mitzvah type gigs allow you to charge more money. Since you have to bring your own setup and your knowledge to rock a party, you get to name your own price. I know they may not be as fun as clubs, but trust me, if your goal is to make a lot of money, that's where your focus should be. Number 3, depending on where you live, a lot of places don't pay that much or they lowball you. Now, how much you get paid will depend on a few things like how much you negotiate, the venue's budget, your experience as a DJ, if you have a following, etc. But let's say you're a beginner and you're just looking for a place to spend. Some places will give you a percentage of the bar, but if no one's buying drinks, you won't be seeing a lot of money if there's no DJ budget. Technology has made it way easier to DJ, so there's way more DJs than there are jobs right now. You might say no to a low-paying gig, but there will be someone right behind you hungry to take that gig. And that's why many places get away with such low rates, but I want to talk about that in another video. Number 4, you don't need to download every single song. A lot of music gets released daily, but you won't need every single song inside your library. This is a mistake I made when I first started. I was in DJ pools getting songs, I was on SoundCloud getting songs, and I was trying to make sure I had everything. A lot of music is hot for a little while and then people forget about it. You only need the songs you're actually going to play and the style of music you're going to specialize in. Which leads us to number 5. Try your best to pick your lane, and don't try to compete with specialist DJs. What I mean by that is, using myself as an example, I want to be able to play any room you put me in. So I consider myself a multi-genre, open format DJ. I can play some hip hop, R&B, top 40, Afrobeats, dancehall, whatever. But I don't need to try to compete with the actual dancehall DJ. They will have everything. Like, yes, I can play some Afrobeats music, but a DJ who is well versed in that genre will possibly blow me out the water. Unless you're going to be competing for those kind of spots, just focus on what you do best. If you want to be an artist, you also have to make music, like edits, remixes, and put out music. Number 6, research all DJ equipment, but you'll most likely want to start with Serato. When I first started, I bought a DJ controller, a Traktor S2. Now I spent about $500 on it, and I loved it. It eventually paid for itself, but as I got more experience, I ended up buying a Traktor Audio 6 box because I wanted to DJ with turntables. It just felt better than using a controller. Controllers just feel robotic to me. Now that box cost about $300. Then I also had to buy 2 turntables. A friend gave me their old mixer, but I ended up upgrading to the Traktor Z2, which cost about $700. I'm basically trying to show you how all this equipment is gonna start to add up after a while. Because after that, I eventually switched over to Serato, and I bought an S9 for about $1,800. And I could have just started with Serato, started with turntables, started with the mixer, and I could have saved some money. And in New York City, most DJ spots are set up with CDJs, turntables, or Serato controller. Number 7, a lot of the big venues and clubs are locked in with an agency. Especially when you're first starting out, it's gonna be difficult to DJ some of these big spots. Most of them have an agency that only books their DJs. So if you're not affiliated, you're gonna have a hard time trying to get booked in those rooms. So don't be down, just stay patient and continue to make your own waves as a DJ. There's plenty of different lanes for us. Number 8, being the most skilled does not mean the most booked. Because of technology, you have a lot of people doing this DJ thing now. And they can because technology has made it so that anybody can do it. Yes, of course you need basic skills, but if you have a big following, if you're pretty, if your online presence and brand is in tip-top shape, you will get booked for those reasons before you get booked for your DJ skill set. Now this doesn't mean not to practice and not get good, but this is just a reminder that there are other facets that will help determine your success as a DJ. Number 9, it's okay if you have a job. Now I haven't had a job in about 4 or 5 years roughly, because one of my goals was to pursue music full time. I was actually working when I first started DJing, and I couldn't wait to quit. But now that I've been doing this for a while, I see so many other DJs that have occupations or side hustles. Especially depending on how much you get paid, you might want to consider having something else on the side, especially with how the world is going at the moment. I don't think it makes you any less of a DJ if you have a job. And number 10, for some of us, this music/DJ road will be a lonely one. Now, depending on when you start your career, this will be different for everyone. I myself, I'm older, I'm not in high school, I'm not in college. My friends are having kids and have full-time jobs. Everyone is not going to be able to make it to all your gigs. People work all week, then rest on the weekends, and that's when I'm working and I'm out till about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. So when I'm sleeping, everyone else is awake. And then I'm free when everyone else is at work. I had to move to a city 7 hours away from my hometown. No family. And just to get good at making music or playing music, you have to put in those hours. A lot of hours. Will your boyfriend or girlfriend be okay with the hours that you have to work or the length of time they won't be able to see you? It really does take a lot of time and hard work to be successful. So just prepare yourself. So these are 10 things that I wish I knew before I started DJing. Let me know if any of these helped you at all. If there are any other DJs watching, please let us know in the comments what you wish you knew before you started your DJ career. Click this video if you would like to see me DJ live on Lot Radio, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.